Good afternoon, everybody. This is the first edition of Brian Plays that takes place during the day. Special time, so we'll play a special game. Star Fox for the SNES, which came out in March of '93. It came out a month earlier in Japan. While it might not be the first 3D game for Nintendo, that distinction goes for X for the Game Boy. This is the most famous, and it's the first to utilize the Super FX chip, which helped render 3D environments by the use of polygons. It's been a while since I played this game, especially when the 64 version came out in '97. Pretty much stopped playing this game altogether. Obviously, this game is ported onto the Switch, so I'm using a Switch controller, which could be a little confusing. So I'm trying to get my bearings on which control scheme that I want to play on. So, I could do a little training match. See, all the shapes in this game are polygons, and it's a 3D rail shooter. Your R-Wing, which is your spacecraft, is designed to go slow with the brakes, or you can speed it up with the boost. Like that. This game will take some getting used to, but we're here just to have some fun. The creator of Star Fox was Shigeru Miyamoto, and the director of this game is Katsuya Eguchi. And Miyamoto is responsible for creating a lot of Nintendo franchises. And when this game came out, it was revolutionary. Yeah, I think that's enough. Basically, this game needed custom hardware for it to operate on the SNES. So that's where they got the Super FX chip, which is the first 3D graphics accelerator. And I think because of that, the cost of the game was slightly more money, maybe $5 or $10 more. But Miyamoto, he didn't want to have like a space opera like Star Wars. He didn't want to incorporate human characters or robots. So he decided to use animals like Star Fox. You have a bird, a toad, a rabbit, and the enemy is actually a monkey, I believe. believe you get points, you get a percentage after each level based on your performance, which benefits from not taking a lot of damage or having your teammates take damage, and for killing enemies. I don't think you can harm your teammates. You do have to protect them at times. I like to use a control scheme where up is down and down is up. It's just what I'm used to. And I think the last time I really played this game might have been in the 90s. Back then, this was really amazing to look at. It's very rough around the edges today. See, he needs help, so you protect him. I go to change the volume and I miss the guy. Typical. This game has great music too. So, Miyamoto decided to use a fox as the main character because it reminded him of a Fushimi Inari Taisha. I believe that was a shrine that was within walking distance from where the developers worked, and there were fox statues there. I think the fox represented like a guardian or a messenger. So he liked the idea of a fox being the main character. As far as the bird and the toad and the rabbit, that was part of Japanese folklore. And the idea to use the monkeys as the enemies and the citizens of Corneria were dogs. It came from a Japanese saying, like, fighting like dogs and monkeys. It was just from a saying.
Goodbye.
You can change your views if you want. I think I prefer this view. It's a lot harder to see today, I think. There's a lot going on the screen. I think the more enemies you kill, the more chances you get of getting upgrades like a shield or an improved gun or a laser. When figuring out how much life you would have while playing, he didn't want to make it a one-shot, you were killed kind of deal. So he came up with the concept of having a shield for your R-wing. And the shield would have some kind of sensitivity as well, where if you were to... Oh, I missed that. That would have been my double ammo. But, if you get hit in the wing repeatedly, you would lose that part of your ship. And the control would be more difficult to steer, which would make sense. Alright, just shot a missile for the first time. Just trying to get a feel for the controls. I believe if you do a barrel roll, you can kind of reflect some of the projectiles coming your way. Boom. And I guess voice acting would have been too difficult, too much memory if every character's words were spoken. So you only hear a few phrases in English, like good luck. When I was a kid, I probably would have gotten 100% on everything. So let me know what you think about me going live during the day. Usually, and most likely I cannot because I'm busy, but you know, if I have an opportunity and I have half hour or an hour to play,
Goodbye.
I figured I'd go live now. I really need to get this, there we go. Ah. I'm still trying to figure out the buttons. Twin blasters are very good to have. After that, you have like a rocket blaster. That's an extra life if you hit all three. There are different pathways to reach the last level. This is path 1. It's probably it is the easiest path. I will try to do all 3 paths, but for now I'm just going to do number 1. Maybe later I'll do another path. It does get hard though. Playing on the Switch, I do have the opportunity to save whenever I want. But I rather... To me, that's cheap. At most, I would probably save at the beginning of each level. because having to restart the game would just take more time away from me showing you the entire game. This is a shield that I have, which is why I'm blue. Not as good as I once was. A lot of this game has to do with patterns as well. Pattern on that lift that raises and lowers will never change, and just by playing this game repetitively you will know to stay low for that part. Forgot, whatever the arrows are pointing towards, you go the opposite. And to add to the confusion, my controls are opposite too. These guys are good to get a little health back. Gotta be direct with your aim too. Boom! When this game came out, not too long after, they did have a Super Star Fox weekend competition, and it was in different retail locations within the U.S. And competitors would get like a Star Fox pin and a T-shirt as prizes, and the highest prize was a $15,000 lump sum or a all expense paid trip to your choice of London, Sydney, or Tokyo and Paris. And I believe whoever won decided just to take the lump sum. They didn't want to travel anywhere. I might have taken the lump sum as well.
Goodbye.
For a long time, there were rumors about a sequel to this game coming out, but it never happened. There's a big backstory to that, but a few years ago, for the Super Nintendo Mini, they finally released the sequel to the Star Fox, which was supposed to be out on the Super Nintendo. But this is the highest upgrade for your weapon. But now that it's out, I can try that out and go live and explain that story. I've actually never played it before, but I do have it. You can always use your brakes if you want to hit an enemy, or if something's too dangerous, you can speed up. It's hard to remember all of that, though. I guess I'm not a good teammate. Sometimes it's best just to go in the middle. Great sound effect. Flame is bad. Flame is bad. I remember when I was little, maybe I played this game when I was 6. It was the first game that made me like lunge left and right where I was standing. So, I usually stand when I play all my games. I was a rocker back then, and I'm a rocker today. But I'd rock back and forth while playing, and then I'd be lunging all over the place. Get a workout playing Star Fox. And that's due to the 3Dness of the game. I had 3 100%. I'm pretty happy with my performance after about 20 years. And this is the last level already.
Goodbye.
Games back then weren't as long, and we didn't mind because we thought these games were long back then. By today's standards, these are quick ones. Well, this is the second to last level, my bad. Once you get these twin rocket blasters, when you lose them, you're pretty much screwed. Each of your teammates has like a personality. Falco's the bird, and he's kind of independent. He's a tough guy. He's kind of like Wolverine on the X-Men. Peppy is the rabbit or the hare. He's the old timer on your team that fought in the earlier wars, and I think he knew Fox's father. And Slippy the Toad is kind of like the young, annoying recruit that's playful and not often serious. Basically, you gotta find the real one. Those upgraded lasers are really good. It's just that little second level. I really had a hiccup on it, I guess. Now this is where things get a lot harder. I'll probably come out of here with one wing and a single laser. I believe you go the opposite direction once again. Yes. Whoa. Like old 3D games, it's hard to process everything, so things appear right in your face suddenly. That was a problem that Nintendo 64 games had. I probably could have just shot that to change the direction. So at that last part, half my body is inside the wall, trying to avoid things. See, these enemies really hurt you because they appear out of nowhere. I'm not sure if that single ring is a checkpoint or what. I'm not sure. Since I got all the items, it's not worth going down there. Although, I do want that. Oh no, I thought that was the shield again. That was fast. This is Venom. I think his name is Super Venom now. I'm not sure. I believe he could do like a super kick. Whoa. There's the kick. I always forget I have missiles. Back in the day too, I never really used them. Here we go. You can always show off to your friends that you're actually doing this right now. This part is a challenge. You could actually ruin your wings. I hope I don't do. You do not want to, well, now you have no choice. Hit the brakes, don't be afraid. In the beginning though, when you're flying horizontal, you shouldn't go left or right until you have no choice. Because if you miss your alignment, you can start knocking into every little obstacle. This is one of the coolest bosses back then. It's almost like you're fighting the computer system. For that part, I usually hit the brakes and try to pull to one direction as fast as possible. Alright, that's one eye out. Ugh. You can really feel the pull. And then you can see inside is Andross. Boom! That's it. All your teammates are alive. If one of them did get shot down, they wouldn't return for the rest of the game. Wow, if it didn't take me so long to figure out how to change the views, I think I could have had a perfect run. But that's alright. At least you see I'm not using the special video or anything. This is me playing. Those are my ugly gates on my windows. And this is the controller that I'm playing with too. So, definitely not used to the Switch controller versus this SNES one.
This is Cornelia. Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I take that, Cornelia.
That's great voice acting capability. I like reading the dimensions of these bosses. You can actually realize how big they are. Fantron, that was his name. The planet was Venom. That was a pretty cool effect back then, with the credits zooming into the screen. So maybe later I'll do the second path to Star Fox. It's a lot more difficult. There's new levels. the music composer, Koji Kondo. He was also the composer for the original Mario, Mario 2, and a lot of other famous games. So it's a pretty solid game. Alright, looks like they'll leave me on this screen. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll play another game later, or next time I go on, maybe we'll do Path 2 of Star Fox. And have a great rest of your day, everybody.